Introduction. Forget what you know about horror films. The Hills Have Eyes isn't just another flick, it's a horror institution. Since 1977, it's been freaking out audiences with its raw depiction of human monstrosity. Directed by horror virtuoso Wes Craven, this film takes no prisoners with its brutal portrayal of the savage side of humanity. The real kicker? The film is inspired by the ghastly legend of Sawney Bean, a cannibalistic clan leader from 16th century Scotland, proving truth can be stranger and more terrifying than fiction. The legend of Sawney Bean, a family affair. Buried deep in Scottish lore, the tale of Sawney Bean is nightmare fuel. The guy heads a family of around 40 incest-bred cannibals hiding out in Benan Cave, making the boogeyman look like a bedtime story. They survive by ambushing travelers, murdering them, then partaking in a feast of human flesh. Hidden by the cave's seclusion, their grotesque lifestyle goes unnoticed for about a quarter of a century until a botched attack exposes them to the authorities. What follows is a swift and bloody end to their reign of terror, inspiring Wes Craven to conceive a fresh horror narrative. From historical horror to Wes Craven's cinematic terror. Craven was a genius at transforming historical terror into modern horror. By transplanting the Bean clan's horrific deeds into the American Southwest and swapping the Scottish caves for Nevada's desolate hills, he sets the stage for a stranded family's nightmare. The result? A tension-fueled spectacle where isolation and societal breakdown play out in terrifying fashion. Mutation and mayhem. The underpinnings of The Hills Have Eyes. In Craven's world, the film's antagonists, mutated by nuclear fallout, symbolize the era's anxieties about nuclear war and environmental degradation. Beyond the scares, the film delves into the consequences of governmental neglect and the horrors of societal collapse, positioning the mutants as byproducts of civilization's forgotten dark side. Cultural echoes and psychological shadows. Since its debut, The Hills Have Eyes has carved out a cult status, reshaping horror cinema and spawning a remake. Its unflinching portrayal of survival and fear taps into primal human anxieties, securing its place as a horror landmark that echoes through the ages. Conclusion. The Hills Have Eyes is more than a film. It's a reminder of cinema's power to explore and amplify the darkest aspects of folklore and reality. Wes Craven didn't just make a movie. He crafted a cultural and psychological exploration that continues to resonate, proving the most chilling tales are often rooted in truth. Blog post Zodiac, 2007. An obsession with the abyss. Introduction. In 2007, David Fincher didn't just release a movie, he unleashed a psychological beast on the true crime genre with Zodiac. This isn't your garden variety thriller. It's a deep, dark dive into the obsession and insanity of an unsolved mystery that has gnawed at the edges of public consciousness since the late 1960s. Based on the elusive Zodiac Killer who terrorized Northern California, Fincher's film meticulously dissects the haunting effects of an enigma that refuses to be solved. Historical context. The late 1960s, a time of love, war, and a serial killer called Zodiac, who claims 37 lives but is officially tied to 5. With cryptic letters and blood-soaked clothes, he taunts police and journalists alike, his identity a maddening puzzle that remains unsolved, festering in the annals of American crime stories as a grotesque legend. Fincher's adaptation, Enter David Fincher, the master of cinematic darkness, whose precise and unflinching style digs into the Zodiac tale with a zeal for the truth rather than a lust for gore. Adapted from Robert Graysmith's 1986 book by screenwriter James Vanderbilt, the film zeroes in on 3 men sucked into the vortex of the case. Cartoonist turned sleuth Robert Graysmith, Jake Gyllenhaal, haunted detective David Toschi, Mark Ruffalo, and the spiraling reporter Paul Avery, Robert Downey Jr. Narrative style and cinematography. Zodiac eschews the typical thriller beat for a somber, meticulous exploration of obsession. Captured through Harris Savides' subdued cinematography, the film envelops you in the murky, chilling air of the 60s and 70s, every frame a reminder of the story's grim roots in reality. Character portrayals and themes. Jake Gyllenhaal's Graysmith shows us the cost of curiosity, his journey from cartoons to cryptograms, a slow-boiled descent into obsession. Robert Downey Jr. dazzles as Avery, whose charm frays into destruction under the Zodiac's shadow. Mark Ruffalo's Toschi embodies the tireless decay of a detective bound by duty to an elusive ghost. The film probes the dark corners of their lives, revealing the personal devastations wrought by the chase. Critical reception and legacy. While not an instant hit, Zodiac was critically lauded for its authentic dissection of an infamous crime, steadily claiming its place as a standout film of its era. Critics praised its adherence to fact over fiction, its compelling performances, and Fincher's masterful direction. Conclusion: David Fincher's Zodiac is more than a film about a serial killer. It's a chilling, noir-esque exploration into the depths of human obsession. It's a film that doesn't just recount events, but reconstructs the very essence of an unresolved terror, reminding us that some mysteries refuse to be buried and continue to haunt us. For anyone drawn to the shadows of true crime or the complexities of cinematic mastery, Zodiac is a relentless journey into the darkness that defines us. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more thoughtful reviews and deep dives into films that make us question, fear, and obsess. Have thoughts on Zodiac or another mind-bending movie? Drop a comment below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep questioning, keep watching, and as always, thanks for tuning in.